Hello, I'm Scott Elliott, Superintendent of Watauga County Schools. Thank you for joining me as we celebrate these 10 incredible Watauga County Schools Teachers of the Year. They were selected by their peers for their incredible skills, their unique perspective, and their positive influence on their students, schools, and community. Join me now as we hear in their own words their excitement and love of teaching. Please join me in congratulating these Teachers of the Year.
The thing I love the most are the students. I'm sure a lot of people say that, but they really do get me up in the morning. I think about them all the time. Whenever I'm gone, I'm constantly thinking about how they're doing, what's going on. We just had spring break and I was constantly thinking about, I wonder what they're doing. I wonder what trouble they've gotten into. I wonder what fun things they're getting to experience. So it's really the kids. My coworkers are so much fun to work with. We can joke around, but we also know how to be serious at the same time, and we just really take our kids seriously. I teach math and science, and I learn something new every year. And that is just so much fun. Like over spring break, I learned this new math trick, and I had to take the time to actually figure out why the math trick worked. And so just being able to find those kinds of things and be able to spend that time on it has been so much fun.
I think probably the most exciting parts about teaching are when students can apply what they learned in their life setting. And I know they're only third graders, but I really enjoy some of our big projects. Recently we were doing our economics market where they made products, they got to sell them. And that transfers, it's something they remember, and it's something that they can take home with them and just apply to all their life skills. When they're shopping with their parents, they start to talk in terms that they've learned in class. I know math and reading are certainly important on a daily basis, but sometimes, perimeter isn't always gonna catch their attention on a life basis, but eventually all those things will catch up with them. But I just love when they can put it together and make it a life skill, and I enjoy teaching that.
Because I can make a change, I can make a difference. I may not know it right then and there, but I know in the future that I've planted a seed that's gonna make a difference in somebody's lives. I love the connections with not just the kids, but their families. I just love seeing their enthusiasm. Every day is different. You never know what they're gonna bring to any discussions that we have. Sometimes it's alarming. Sometimes you have to really think on your feet and think of how to spin what they're saying in a positive way. So I like the challenge of that. In my job, I work with 5-year-olds all the way up to middle schoolers. So every section of my day is different. So I enjoy the coming and going of the kids in my classroom.
Well, there's so many things to love about teaching. Teachers, we have the best inspirational posters and inspirational quotes. And one of my favorite inspirational quotes is, "The future of the world is in my classroom today." And I love that because it's true. And it reminds me of my purpose when I think about what am I gonna do to make this world a better place? Well, I get to do that every day, being a teacher. I get to be a part of helping these students find the skills, the knowledge, the confidence to grow up and become the next leaders of our world. And hopefully I can help them become smart, healthy, happy, compassionate, kind, innovative, creative, all of those wonderful things that we want the next generation to be. I get to be a part of that because I'm a teacher.
Well, being a PE teacher, I love the excitement of the kids every day. I don't have much hearing left, but I love seeing that they love my class and all the things we do in it. What keeps me excited is the chance to work with the kids and see them grow through the years and I really get to see them grow since I get them from kindergarten through 8th grade and then see them at the high school some. So, but seeing them grow through the years and see the light come on some of the things that they can do in PE There may be some that can't do certain things, but they find something that they can do and something they enjoy.
So the thing that I love the most about what I do is just being able to create relationships with my kids, because most of these are lifelong. I've had so many of my kids that I have come back to my classroom as interns and as student teachers, and it's just, I don't know, I love making connections with them that last forever. It's like the class that we were just in. It's full of boys, and they are energetic, and they love learning. And when they can get excited about learning, I feel like I need to be excited for them. And a lot of times my mood will set the mood for the whole classroom. So if I'm not engaged and not involved, they're not either. Again, the community, absolutely the community. Our families here are so special. And again, it's the connections that I can make. I've taught generational families. So a lot of the kids that I have in my class this year, I've taught 3 or 4 of their siblings. So I've come to be a part of their family just as much as they're a part of mine.
Oh my gosh, what I love about teaching, of course, is my students. Always watching them learn and grow, all that good stuff. But I think the best part about that is I get to touch the future a little bit. My first class of students, they're already in their 30s, believe it or not, and I've already gotten to see a little bit into the future. It's amazing. They have done awesome things, and I hope that I got to be a little tiny part of that. So that's my way of touching the future. Ooh, what gives me energy about teaching? I'd like to say coffee, but really and truthfully, it's just being able to come to school every single day and work with these tiny humans. They're amazing, and I feed off of them. I learn from them as they're learning from me, and that is what makes my job so full of energy, gives me that life that I need.
So I love that light bulb moment that probably so many teachers have experienced. For me in kindergarten, it's that when they start to learn to read or when they count to 100. I love that, just seeing that light bulb click. I also love just learning about the kids, the things that they like, their families. I really love that. I also really love my school and the people that I get to teach with. I've learned so much from them and my peers and colleagues. So I feel like it's a lot of things that all encompass, but it all comes back to my students, and I love being with them.
I find teaching one of the most rewarding professions that I can think of. You have the ability to make an impact on a student's life just through single interactions or continued relationships. And even if you're not aware that somebody needs you in their life, you find out weeks later, years later, that you made an impact on their life just by showing them that you respect them as an individual and you care for their well-being. So just a personal connection with students, knowing something about them outside of the classroom, finding some common thread that links us together, or just respecting the differences between each other and realizing we can learn from each other, even though we might be different. That definitely surprises me daily and keeps me encouraged to keep just trying to get to know my students better.
I think for me, of course, the kids. A lot of people say that, but I really do enjoy at the middle school age being able to see the kids change and grow, and they're not the same from one day to the next. Often who walks into your classroom on Tuesday is not the same kid that walked into your classroom on Thursday of last week. So the ability to get to see them grow, especially teaching 6th through 8th grade, that's been interesting to see them come in as 6th graders and that progression. But then the side that I like of teaching is I feel like I'm always learning something, as opposed to, you kind of learn what you learn and then you start working. I feel like I'm always finding out new things, growing with my kids. They ask questions and you research to find out the answers. I've gone back to school to figure out how to handle certain situations, things like that. So I enjoy getting to share with them, learn about their lives. And really that's what keeps me going. It's just knowing that there are kids who walk into my classroom, okay, maybe not literally anymore. They log into my classroom, I guess now, every day, who I am the safe adult in their life. I am the person that, they come to with questions that they have about content or questions that they have about how to handle a situation. And for me, that's just what keeps me going.